Welcome to another immigration art video. My name is Art Serratelli and we are nationwide. Our immigration law group is a full-service law group and we cover all kinds of immigration issues. So if you have an immigration question, feel free to contact us. We will have an answer. Today's video is the first in a series of videos I'm going to call but my friend told me this about immigration law, or I read on the internet this about immigration law, or I've heard from other people that they're allowed to do this under the immigration law. When you hear yourself saying, my friend told me, the question you should ask yourself is, what is really true? So let's take a typical example. My friends have told me that I can get a green card and I don't have to live in the United States. I can just come to the United States whenever I want, twice a year for a couple of weeks at a time. Permanent residence, you don't have to live in America. Then the next question you should ask is that true? Is that really true? Well, to determine if it's true, what are the actual rules regarding this situation? Here they are. If you have a green card, that means you permanently reside in the United States. You're supposed to live, physically stay in America 6 months and a few days at a minimum during every year. So what happens if you stay outside of America for more than 6 months? There's an unwritten rule, and here's what's so crazy. Why is this rule unwritten? If you have a green card, you're entitled to know the rules that govern your life. So here's the unwritten rule. If you're outside of America more than 6 months, but less than 1 year, when you show up at the border, the inspector can essentially pull you aside and ask you in secondary inspection. They can ask you these very simple questions. So you've been gone for 8 months. Where do you live? Do you really live here anymore? You know, I'm the border guard. I have the discretion and the authority to take your green card right now. I can take your green card if you're not really living in the United States. Prove to me that you're living in the United States. The people at the border can get very intimidating very fast. Beyond the unwritten rule, there is a clear rule after that. If you're outside of America for more than 1 year, they can take away your green card. Bingo, no questions asked. They can simply say, look, you don't live here anymore. You have a green card and you haven't been here in 13 months. You don't live here anymore. Give me the green card. That's a rule. And the only other rule is you should live in America if you have a green card for more than 6 months of every year. So what do you do to be prepared at the border when you return after you've been gone for more than 6 months, or heaven forbid, for more than a year? The first thing you do is apply, before you leave America, you apply for something called the re-entry permit. The re-entry permit is your declaration to the world that you're not giving up your green card. You have every intention of living here permanently, and because of circumstances, you could even be gone for up to 2 years. So one, get a re-entry permit. And two, and this is very, very easy to do. Two, Prepare a folder or a spiral-bound little booklet of evidence proving that you live in the United States. And you should be able to have things like this to show the guy at the border. Of course I live in America. Here's a picture of my house. Here is a copy of my bank statement in America. Here is a copy of my tax return. I pay taxes in America. Here's a copy of my driver's license. Utility bills. Here's my cable TV bill. Of course I live in America. Here's the deed to the house I own. If you don't own a house, you live in an apartment, bring a copy of your lease. So just remember that if you are trying to follow the green card rules at the border, you should be prepared. Have a reentry permit and have evidence that you live in the United States. Carry all those things in your carry-on luggage. So, to come full circle, when someone says, hey, you know, my friend told me that I don't have to live in America because I have a green card, then the next question you should ask is that statement true? And given the rules I've just described, you tell me, would you feel comfortable living your life as a green card holder following the rule that your friend told you? I wouldn't.